what did we just see?
Stunning. It's just absolutely stunning. Not forget, 15 years of age. It's absolutely insane what we're seeing. You know, back in the day with Capriati and Hingis, it was in a day that the women's game wasn't quite as big a hitting. You waited for the maturity of some players, but we're seeing Coco Gauff handle the moments, have the ability to serve big, have the ability to hang in there and play smarter tennis than Naomi Osaka. And Naomi just overplayed too much. She didn't have that game plan B, and we saw what happened. Incredible maturity from a 15-year-old.
Yeah, it's such a learning curve. After the U.S. Open, we've asked her a couple of times this week. She's been very steady on her points of improvement. My nerves, my serve. Yep. Both will improve, and they sure did.
On the court, I think you saw why people are so excited, and they've known that big things are ahead for Coco Gauff since she was 10 or 11 years old and showed up in Paris and wowed Patrick Mouratoglou with her skills and also her maturity and her attitude. And she wants to be the best ever. And that's the goal that she's not afraid to state. So she's taking steps, but boy, tonight, wasn't that a quantum leap? Albeit with an asterisk because Osaka was terrible and played an awful match at stretches of it, but Coco was right there to grab it.
Yeah, I don't think an asterisk because I think a lot of it was nerves and the fact that she felt nervous because she was playing Coco, and Naomi knew she'd have to work hard, and she wasn't willing to work hard tonight, and that's disappointing to me because it's almost like you're mentally giving up a little bit. I expected a much better match, I really did, but Coco, she deserves it. She played within herself, and she was the veteran out there by far.
You're right, not an asterisk for the win, but just then when you talk about a milestone, I don't think she expected that it would be like that. I think she thought that she would have to play at a high level. She would battle Osaka. And Naomi has some soul searching to do because she came in here as defending champion and really didn't put together a complete match in the first 2 rounds. But tonight, despite the pressure that Coco was putting on her and all the feelings that you felt might be a part of her playing a 15-year-old, boy, it was pretty shocking to see.
Yeah, I think Naomi's going through a lot of changes in her life also. You know, she showed us 2 years ago that she was very naive and protected, and, you know, she moved to LA, she bought a house there, she doesn't live with her parents anymore. She wants to be more independent. She's got a boyfriend. And, I mean, I think all those things, you know, she's growing up right now, and maybe she just is trying to find some sort of stability.
Before we get to the Federer match, which is up next, just put into summary an incredible few hours of women's tennis. Serena is stunned, one of the biggest surprises we've seen at a hardcourt major. Caroline Wozniacki says goodbye. Naomi, Coco Gauff says hello as a next level contender at a major.
It's ironic, isn't it, that it happened the same day, because not only Serena, but Venus and Serena and Caroline have really carried the torch for women's tennis for a good 15, 20 years. And you know, I'm not going to say they're fading away, but Coco has arrived, and we need that shot in the arm, and we need some new blood in the women's game because we still want people to watch us.
Coco, just an extraordinary win over last year's champion. I got to ask you about your serve at the beginning of the match. It was so effective. You hardly missed a first serve for the first few service games. How important was that?
I remember last time I played her, I think my first serve percentage was low. I don't know, but I remember in the hotel room, I rarely do this, but I wrote some notes before my match, not for me to see on court, just so I remember.
What were the notes?
Definitely first serve return, first serve, and then second serve return, making sure that she plays an extra ball, running down balls, and body language. Last match, I was really flustered, and I don't think I had good body language, so I was focusing on that today.
And what did you notice from her body language?
Honestly, I wasn't really looking at that. I saw towards the end, I think I heard a racket go on the floor. Now, I don't know if that was true because I just was focused on me. But, yeah, I saw towards the end she was getting a bit flustered, but it was okay.
You were up a set and a break, and you were serving to the umpire's right, and you had a few missed tosses, 2 double faults. What happened in that game?
I think I was up 40-15, and then I double faulted, and I'm not sure what happened after that, but I did end up losing the game. And honestly, I know exact reason why I double faulted. I went for a toss that I know I shouldn't have went for, and that's just me being stubborn, and I know my dad's probably going to bring that up after the match because that always happens.
What else is he going to bring up afterwards? Because he's got to be pretty proud of how you handled it.
Definitely the body language. Honestly, I think this has been my best match for the tournament so far. I mean, playing her, I knew that the ball was going to come fast, and I think finally, I really trusted my shots today.
How do you trust yourself now going into the second week that you can go a lot further?
Just belief, really. Belief that I can do it. That's the main thing. I mean, my goal is to win, and I'm sure that's every player's goal in this tournament, and I think it comes down to just who's going to fight the most.
Congratulations on defeating the defending champ.
Thank you.
That analysis of her own game is absolutely uncanny, incredible for her age. Worth noting, as Chris Fowler explained, we're looking at the draw that Coco's in. 51 players in the junior draw, younger than Coco Gauff. Great opportunity here, Renee.
It's incredible. I mean, listen, I think that Sophia Kenin will see this as an opportunity. She has a tough opponent in Zhang Shuai, who made the quarters here a number of years ago, defending doubles champ. But Sophia Kenin is that player that sort of takes these moments in her stride. So I feel that she will get through that match, and that will be such a great match between two young Americans who are the future of American tennis. What a massive day this has been in upsets with the women's draw. And it is the changing of the guard. What we saw today, we saw Caroline Wozniacki literally retire and walk away from the game. We saw, will we see Serena down here again in Australia? That's a question that we have to start asking, because how many times is she going to keep doing this and putting herself through this? And of course, now we have Coco, 15 years of age. It's quite extraordinary. And her analysis and writing things down in the hotel, they're so important that you just remind yourself of the simple things in big moments like that. And I felt at the US Open, she was so flustered by everything. Today, she wasn't, and she learned so much, as did Wang today playing Serena. So you can learn. You just have to take those moments in stride as a professional, and they both did it so beautifully today.
I want to get it out to Margaret Corderina, but to put a footnote on the note she made for herself regarding her serve, too. She won the last 13 points, Coco did, on her serve, 3 straight love holds. She's a quick learner.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.